Leadership is fueled by vision and passion. Leadership is service with empathy, creativity, and integrity. Leadership is seeking continuous improvement for yourself and your community. Since 1873, the University of North Georgia has prepared generations of civic, professional, and military leaders. Today, UNG is a leading regional university that serves students across 5 campuses and online, with educational pathways ranging from associate degrees to doctoral programs. And as one of only 6 senior military colleges in the nation, UNG holds designations as a state leadership institution and as the Military College of Georgia. UNG's national reputation and student profile are growing stronger each year, and we remain focused on student success and academic excellence at all levels. Across UNG, our incredible faculty and staff are scholars and mentors who inspire service, inquiry, and creativity. And resume-building experiences help each student fulfill their potential. We know the value of determination and teamwork in and out of the classroom, and this spirit pushes our students to excel on the field, serve our communities, and explore the world. When the day is done, the real measure of our success lies in who our graduates become. Outstanding leaders for a diverse and global society. The University of North Georgia.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
North Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the Smith House Country Store, Restaurant, and Hotel, the UNG Bookstore, Bryan Properties Commercial Real Estate, and Northeast Georgia Health System.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
This is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. The path of selflessness, of service. The path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I get by with little help from my friends. So I'm gonna try with little help from my friends.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not gonna leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there and they never tasted this good.
Before the house, before the office, for late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins, and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
We apologize for technical difficulties with audio as we welcome you into Bob Stein Stadium at Lynn Cottrell Park. North Georgia and Georgia Southwestern doing Peach Belt Conference battle in doubleheader action here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Walker McCrary. If you're just joining us or you've been watching and wondering what's been going on, we've got a scoreless ball game. North Georgia had a pair of runners on in the second inning, but left them both stranded. As now we're in the third, and it'll be the top of the lineup for the Hurricanes. In Miles Hartsfield, the center fielder, he flew out his first time up. First pitch is lifted down the left field line. Giving chase is a Reespero, but he won't be able to get there in the Hurricane bullpen. Strike one. A Reespero in left today for North Georgia. Cruz Taylor in center, Tim Conway in right. Normal infield for the Nighthawks with Heil on the bump so far. 2 innings of work, giving up a hit, 2 walks, 42 pitches at this point. Pitch number 43 is low and inside. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. The lineup for Georgia Southwestern: Hartsfield, Newton, Angelino, Foster, Ragsdale, Wozniak, Skelton, Mamatis, and Smith. Grounded down the first base line. It goes over the bag fair. We'll roll into the Nighthawk bullpen. Rounding first and heading to second is Hartsfield. He could try and stretch it to 3 as that one's going to get all the way under the bench. Throwing in, and it's a leadoff triple for Hartsfield. And the Hurricanes in business here in the third. A real slow roller down the first base line, and the Nighthawks had him shifted to left in the outfield. A long way to run for Conway. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Josh Newton. Redshirt freshman from Locust Grove. Out of the stretch works Heil. The first pitch grounded to short. Frost going to field, only plays to first. He throws it over, gets the out, but it's an RBI ground out, and the Hurricanes on the board first. It's 1-0. That'll bring up Anthony Angelino. Had the lone hit for the Hurricanes coming into the inning. He singled back in the first. Texas Leaguer into left. First pitch, check swing goes around, strike one. Hope you'll join us here in about 20 to 30 minutes. Going to have a special guest as we start a new segment here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, checking in with North Georgia baseball alumni. Hope you'll join us for that. The 1-1, grounded to short. Frost with the backhand. Long throw off the back foot. It's in there in time. 2 outs. Brings up Hunter Foster, the right fielder. He flew out back in the first to end the inning. Nighthawk softball in action today over at Lander. We'll give you updates as we get those. Nighthawk women's tennis team taking on Lander today. Currently lead that 6-0 over at Yehula Creek Park. Swung on and missed. 0-2 to Foster. The 0-2 pitch. Chopped back toward Heil. No field. Flip over to Arnold at first to get the out, but a run does score for the Hurricanes. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It's Georgia Southwestern 1, North Georgia 0 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Conway, Levensteins, Freeman due up for the Nighthawks here in the bottom half of the third. We take a look, as mentioned previously, at the North Georgia softball team playing at Lander. They lead 7-2 in the top of the seventh, first of a doubleheader between the Nighthawks and the Bearcats after the Nighthawks won yesterday by a 10-7 score in the first of the three-game series. Here's Conway. He flew out his first time up. Gerald Donaldson on the bump for Georgia Southwestern. Ragsdale, Hartsfield, and Foster across the outfield. Skelton, Smith, Mamatis, and Angelino from third to first. Wozniak behind the plate. The 1-0. Misses high and tight to Conway. 2-0 the count. The wind, the pitch. That found the inside corner, 2-1. Missed just below the knees. 3-1 now the count to the redshirt junior from Decatur, Tim Conway. Wind blowing from right field foul pole to left. So that's in for a strike, and the count runs full. Everybody playing straight up on the defense for the Hurricanes. Payoff pitch to Conway. Strike three, got the inside corner. So Conway down looking, and that'll bring up Nick Levensteins. Levy flew out his first time to the plate, as now Georgia Southwestern will shift the outfield toward the right field line. Ball one's outside. Hurricanes wearing the dark gray pinstripes, while North Georgia wearing the black tops with the white pinstripes. First of a doubleheader here today in Dahlonega. Ball inside. The 2-0 to Levensteins. Missed inside 3-0 as Donaldson being very careful with his pitches to the preseason All-American. The Elite 16 winner from a year ago in the league. A consensus All-American as well. The 3-0. Misses inside, and Levensteins draws a 4-pitch walk. Don't know that it was an intentional walk, but you don't mind pitching around Levensteins as now Caleb Freeman will stand in. Freeman drew a walk his first time to the plate back in the first inning. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Great crowd on hand. Good crowd making the trip from Americus. Of course, a lot of players from Georgia Southwestern from this local area. Run down some of those cities here in a moment as that missed high ball too. You've got Hartsfield out of Gainesville and North Forsyth High School. Then you go down the list a little bit and you see a Canton, Blessed Trinity, a Locust Grove, a Marietta, a Buford and Cherokee Bluff High School, Marietta again, a Gainesville Forsyth Central. So definitely some locals on this Hurricane squad. But, of course, you've got those fans from Georgia Southwestern who will make the trip to watch their team play anywhere. As we saw this past weekend at the Women's Basketball Southeast Regional, a very good contingent from Americus cheer on the Canes there. That pitch in the dirt. Levenstein's going to head up to second. Hangs onto the bag on the wild pitch. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 pitch, lifted foul over the top of Coleman Fieldhouse. Two and two the count. Arnold on deck. Nighthawks trying to even the scoreboard here in the third. As Freeman whiffs at a high pitch, strike three. 2 away for Jake Arnold. So let's see what Jake can do. He struck out his first time to the plate. Well, Georgia's left a pair of runners on in each inning. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. A base hit could score Levensteins, depending on where it ends up. Now, Georgia Southwestern shifts everybody toward right field, expecting Arnold to maybe try and push the ball on the right side of the infield here. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. Kind of similar to what happened in the top of the inning when North Georgia had Hartsfield played to pull, and he pushed one down the third or first base line. See if maybe Arnold can do the same thing here on the third base side. A long way to run would be for Ragsdale as he stands in front of the 365 marker in left center. The 1-2. Chopped toward that left side. Third baseman Skelton can't get the field. Be charged with an error. And Levensteins will move up to third. Brings up Riley Frost. If Skelton lets Ryan Smith field that ball, it's an easy out as Arnold was not very far down the line. So Two away for Riley. First pitch to him is low and inside as the Nighthawks have runners on the corners. Playing Frost to a slight pull are the Hurricanes. Of course, the first baseman Angelino holding Arnold close by the bag as that pitch on the outside was swung on and missed. 1-1. Ball to strike, the pitch. Missed the outside corner. That's 2-1. A base hit ties the game. In the bottom of the third. Right down the middle, strike two. Tom Cantrell down the third base line, given the signs, his 23rd year as head coach of the Nighthawk baseball program. The 2-2 to the third base side, fielded by Skelton, but he can't hold on to it. It'll be an infield single, and the Nighthawks have tied this one up. So that'll bring up Jorge Arispero as North Georgia's tied this game 1-1. Tough play over there by Skelton as he had to go to the ground, and if he didn't make the play, Smith would have had to backhand and throw off the back foot to catch the speedy Frost. I don't even know that the throw would have made it in time had Smith been able to have a clean look at it. Skelton had it in the glove, but then as he was trying to get up, dropped it, allowing Frost to reach base and get the RBI single. Arispero to the right side. Mamatis fields, throws over to first in time, and that ends the inning, but not before North Georgia ties this game up. It's 1-1 as we head to the fourth here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What do I do when my love is away? There's a world where you to be alone. How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I can't find a little help from my friends, so I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
To the fourth inning we go. North Georgia and Georgia Southwestern tied up at one apiece here in this Peach Belt opener of the series. As Ragsdale will lead things off. Left fielder flew out his first time up as Heil hurls in a strike, 0-1. Ball high. Two and one going to be the count. As Heil working from behind now in this righty-lefty matchup. That's right down the middle, 2-2. The wind the pitch as Heil didn't quite get the snap he was looking for there on that breaking ball. It's a full count. Payoff pitch. Chopped to the right side. Connor Frost fields, flips to Arnold in time for out number 1. Brings up Gregory Wozniak. Wozniak, the catcher, he walked his first time up. But was one of 3 Hurricanes left stranded. First pitch to him, lifted high behind home plate. It actually drifts out toward first as Arnold's got a beat on it in foul ground and makes the catch for out number 2. Quickly moving through the inning, here's Tyler Skelton. Third baseman also walked his first time up. In for a strike, 0-1. Bounces to the plate. Just missed the zone there, did Heil. 2-1. Lifted into center. It's going to get down in front of Cruz Taylor for a base hit. So that'll bring up Matthew Mamatis. Georgia Southwestern 8-13 on the year, but 4-2 in league play. They've got a game lead on the Nighthawks coming into the weekend in Peach Belt play. As the Nighthawks have started 3-3 in Peach Belt play, took 2 of 3 at Lander, took 1 of 3 at Flagler. It's the home opener in Peach Belt play for North Georgia. The start of a 9-game homestand for the Nighthawks. Of course, weather permitting. It was supposed to be a 10-game homestand, but Wednesday's game against West Georgia rained out, rescheduled for late in April. I believe the 26th is when that was rescheduled for. Ball and a strike to Mamatis, the redshirt junior from McDonough and Ola High School. Thrown back behind Skelton, 2-1, or 1-1 the count still. Grounded to short, could be 2. Riley to Connor. Well, it didn't have to be 2, as only needed 1. As Riley found Connor, and that retires the side. We are through 3.5 complete. North Georgia and Georgia Southwestern tied at 1 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in Dahlonega as Connor Frost will lead things off for the Nighthawks. 0 for 1 so far today is Connor. First pitch to him is right down the middle, strike one. In for a strike as well, 0-2. Strike three. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. So here's Hardigree. One and one now the count on Hardigree, who singled his first time to the plate. Three and one now the count on the third baseman. In for a strike, count goes full. Women's tennis wins 6-1 over Lander, as that's a dropped third strike. Going to get all the way to the backstop. Hardigree will get there. So a runner on first. Still just one out. So that brings up Cruz Taylor. First pitch to Cruz, low, ball one. Taylor's walked so far today. He's 0 for 1. One 0 is outside. 2-0 the count. In the air left side. Drifting back and making the catch was Ragsdale. Will be 2 away. That brings up Conway. Two away in a tie ball game, 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Half-hearted swing goes around for Conway, strike one. Out of the stretch, Conway swings and misses there, 0-2. The 0-2. Hit the bat twice and went foul. Still 0-2 the count. Ball high. 1-2. That's going to get in the dirt and bounce all the way to the top of the netting. Is easily moving up to second was Hardigree on the wild pitch. 2-2. First of 2 games here today, with the series finale tomorrow at 1. And then attention shifts to Birmingham for a Monday evening matchup for the top-seeded North Georgia Nighthawk women's basketball team against Pace University in the opener of the Elite Eight. Full count pitch coming to Conway with 2 away. Runner on second. Base hit at least gives you an opportunity to score. Out of the stretch, Donaldson deals. Ball 4. Missed low, and that'll bring up Nick Levensteins, and that will also bring a mound visit for Georgia Southwestern. A dangerous position to be in going up against Levenstein. You saw Donaldson pitch around him last time. Chance for North Georgia to really blow this game open. Now the home plate umpire headed out to break up this mound visit. And that'll bring up Levensteins. Two on, 2 out, as it has been every inning so far for North Georgia. Nighthawks have left 2 on in each inning so far as Levenstein's aggressive off the first pitch, fouls it straight back. Outside corner, in for a strike, 0-2. This time Donaldson just coming after Levensteins. Chance to get out of a pretty good jam again here in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch. Checked swing. Did it go around? Yes, it did. Strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. North Georgia leaves a pair stranded. We head to the 5th. Still tied at 1 here in Dahlonega on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Top of the fifth, pitchers duel. 1-1 here in Delanago on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Got baseball action for you here on NSN on Tuesday as North Georgia welcomes Montevallo to Bob Stein Stadium for a 2-game midweek set. It'll be Tuesday and Wednesday here on NSN. Hope you'll join us for those games. Here's Ryan Smith. He's 0 for 1. Left a pair of runners on back in the second inning. First pitch, a ball. Chopped foul. Good play over there by Hartsfield to barehand that one and throw it over to Reed Howard. Chopped to third. Hardigree going to have to hurry. Bare hands. Throws over to first. Scooping is Arnold, but he couldn't make the catch. It'll be an infield single. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Hartsfield. Hartsfield 1 for 2. Tripled. And scored in the third. First pitch, a ball low and away. In North Georgia, playing him to push to left field. Now Conway will drift a little bit toward the right field line after he pulled it just over the bag at first back in that third inning. Watches that one a bit low, 2-0. In the air, left center field. Going over is Cruz Taylor. He'll make the catch. One away now for Josh Newton. Heil with a pickoff move. Ball gets under the glove of Arnold, but not very far. Another pickoff move. Nearly got him at first base. Back in safely. Ryan Smith being held very close to the bag at first by Heil. Here's the first pitch coming into Newton. It's in for a strike. Action in the Nighthawk bullpen. Pete Weil out there getting warmed up for North Georgia. Could be two. Frost to Frost, the law firm ends the inning. Frost, and Arnold on the 6-4-3. We head to the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 your score on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark them with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Bottom of the fifth inning here in Dahlonega as Donaldson finishes his warm-up tosses. Nighthawks come up with 4, 5, 6 due up in the frame, starting with Caleb Freeman. 0 for 1 with a walk today. First pitch is a ball. One 1-0 the count. 2-0. Two-0 count. Now 3-0 on Freeman. Nighthawks trying to figure out a way to break through. A couple of runners left on base in every inning so far, totaling 8 at this point as Freeman watches the 3-0 down the middle. The 3-1 fouled away. Count will run full. Payoff pitch coming to the freshman from Flowery Branch. In the air center field. Coming in now is Hartsfield. He throws on the brakes and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Jake Arnold. Georgia Southwestern will run off of 4 hits, while the Nighthawks will run off 3 hits and a hurricane error. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Coming up, top half of the 6th inning. Welcome a special guest onto the broadcast. 0-2 the count. We start a new series, catching up with Georgia baseball alumni. Pitch fouled away. Action now in the Southwestern bullpen. Lefty up and moving. Looks like it could be Juan Anderson. Can't see the number that far away, but just looking off of what I can see from heights and weights, is that was just foul from Arnold. Could also be Brant Sundin, I guess, out there. Or Peyton Sells, although that guy does not look like he is 6'5". He is 320 feet away, though. Swung on and missed. 7th strikeout of the day for Donaldson. That brings up Riley Frost. Riley on the day, 1 for 2 with an RBI. He'll chop one to the left side. Third baseman goes over. That's Skelton to field. Almost pulls Angelino off the bag, but he hangs on to make the play. We're through 5 complete. Tied at 1 here in Dahlonega on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in Dahlonega as we get ready to start the 6th inning. We welcome in a special guest to the broadcast, a consensus all-region honoree in 2017, as well as a preseason All-American in 2018, 2019 graduate of the baseball program here in Dahlonega, Daniel McCreary. Daniel, thanks for joining us as we start this new segment here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Always good to come back out to the Steiner.
And you got here on a good one as first pitch from Heil is in for a strike, 0-1. We're going to talk a lot about your career throughout these next couple of innings. I don't want to take too much of your time as you're being very gracious as Angelino sends one rocket to left field back and over the wall as Georgia Southwestern will take a 2-1 lead. Angelino putting Georgia Southwestern back in front.
Yeah, just a hanging breaker there. He was able to get under and backspin it out of here.
You'll notice Daniel going to give some color. No stranger to behind the microphone. He's been doing football games alongside me for, 2 years now, I believe, in Lumpkin County here. So he'll be able to give some context to today's game while we talk about his 5-year career as a North Georgia Nighthawk, of course, redshirting in 2018, bunted back toward Freeman. He'll make a great play, throw over to Arnold, but he airmails it into the Nighthawk bullpen. The error will allow Foster to advance to second. And the Hurricanes in business here. Brings up Ragsdale as Coach Cantrell going to head out to the mound to chat with Cade. 5 years you were in a Nighthawk uniform, Daniel, of course, playing in 4. Part of the 2017 team that made it all the way to the Division II baseball championship that year was held over in Dallas. Give us, some of your memories in a North Georgia uniform, some of the best ones.
Oh, man. Well, obviously, going to the World Series has got to be right up there. I think only NCAA team to do it from here. So, yeah, that's cool to do, be able to look back and have those memories. I won 3 conference championships while we were here, 15, 17, and 19. So the odd years were always our lucky years. So able to have some bling at home, so that's always cool. But definitely the memories of just, the road trips, being with the guys, and those things that just, you can't really fully explain just how cool that was.
Well, and I mean, it's been long enough now where I think maybe there's only 1 or 2 players on. Maybe a couple more than that.
That with Jake and Tim, Cruz, Levy.
Was Cade there as well? Yeah.
I think this will be the last wave. I think will be this year.
I mean, you talk about some of those names. You talk about some of those names that you got to play with, and it's pretty cool to think about. The way that they've grown. Jake Arnold, the everyday first baseman, we see him on the mound this year. Levenstein's consensus All-American a year ago. Did you see, the glimpses of that in the locker room? I know that they were on the younger end on your way out, so it's been a few years that they've been able to mature. Did you sense that these players could be as good as they've shown they are over these past couple of years?
Yeah, you definitely see glimpses. Specifically looking at Levy. He came in, a big lefty from Colorado who could just stroke it, struggled with the breaking ball early, as a lot of people do. But he clearly got that figured out. I think he balked there. I don't know if he flinched or didn't come set. But, yeah, Levy, really, really awesome where he's come, being an All-American last year. And Jake Arnold, he actually came in his freshman year as a potential two-way guy. And got up on the mound a couple times as a freshman and didn't work out, and he ended up going back to just being one of those position players. But, yeah, coming out now, he's pumping like 92, 93, and pretty much doing what he wants up there. That's pretty cool to see.
Ball and a strike now to
good job.
Ragsdale as he sends it deep. Taylor will make the catch on the warning track. It'll be a sac fly, and it'll put Georgia Southwestern on top 3-1.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting there. Got a fastball a little bit elevated and was able just to get it up to center field and plenty deep.
Brings up Wozniak. Take us into that trip to Dallas. Like you said, the only NCAA era baseball team to make it past the regional round. Of course, been in 3 regionals all time, but won the Southeast Regional. Take us to Mount Olive, number 1, and the Andres Perez home run that sends you to Dallas, and then the experience out there, even though it didn't end the way that you would want.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny the way the Division II is set up. It's actually broken up by region. So us at Mount Olive had been kind of 1 and 2 for most of the year. So we kind of got gypped out of hosting a regional, having to go to Mount Olive, not getting the bye. They get the bye, and so we go out and we win the first 2 games. I think the first one was against Wingate. Game 2 was against Aiken. We won a close one. Connor Riley pitched for them, who's now, I think, with the Angels organization. We were able to beat him. Then Game 3, a lot of hype coming up against Mount Olive, basically the number 1 and 2 team in the nation. And then we come out in the first inning. I think we put up a 7 spot off the region pitcher of the year. He's got like a .4 throughout the year. He'd pulled his lat or something and didn't look great that day. But we put up like a 7 spot. There's actually, I think there was a rain delay or something in about the 7th inning, and that felt like the longest hour or whatever it was. And so we end up beating them. Then Catawba ends up beating Mount Olive and knocking them out. And then, like you said, we go into Catawba. We've got a lead going into, I think it was like the bottom 8. We were the home team. I can't remember exactly how it happened. I remember Drace threw the ball away somehow, which led to the guy scoring to tie it up. He comes back up or that would have been top 8. Comes up bottom 8, pulls a bomb foul. And I've never seen, this is the only time I've ever seen it, where someone hits a foul ball bomb. Very next pitch, puts one about 400 feet left field. And he was batting in the 9 hole at this point. So this was, it was kind of a shock to us because he didn't swing it great his freshman year. But by then he was starting to figure it out. And then we eventually, Jack Fleming comes in, I believe, to close that game. Gets a double play. Michael Gouge at third base, closes his eyes, I swear he did. Somehow picks it up. We turn 2 and we dogpile and we go to Texas. Yeah, but that was just a really cool experience to be able to do that.
Grounded to third, and Hardigree will throw it over to Arnold to end the inning. We'll talk a little bit more about Dallas on the other side and also have Daniel start to really show off his broadcasting prowess as a color commentator. It's 3-1, Georgia Southwestern leads here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Arisborough, Connor Frost, and Will Hardigree due up for North Georgia in the 6th inning as they trail 3-1. Alongside Daniel McCrary, Walker McCrary, catching up with baseball alumni. If you want to come out to a game and sit alongside, just connect with the baseball coaching staff, Nick Palmer, or anybody in the coaching office, and they can forward along and we can get that scheduled because this is a pretty cool idea that we were talking about Andres earlier, hitting that home run. He came up with the idea earlier this season, wasn't able to do it that day that he came out, but definitely a cool idea to be able to catch up with the alumni who, come out to a lot of these games. I know you're here in Dahlonega and get to come out and watch, but a lot of other alumni, people that you played with and even prior to then, still continue to pour so much into this program.
Yeah, I mean, this program gave so much to us. I mean, not even just talking baseball, but just talking about like life lessons and dealing with adversity. I mean, lifelong friends that you get as there's a base hit through the left side there. But yeah, I mean, it's a family and it's a brotherhood up here for sure.
Jorge Arisborough getting the base hit there, the freshman from Lawrenceville, and that'll bring up Connor Frost to step in. Connor on the day, he is 0 for 2 as North Georgia tries to make the comeback. Arisborough now 2 for 3 on the day. Donaldson will come set out of the stretch. We'll get to Dallas here in a moment. Daniel watching the end of regulation in Fort Worth as Baylor has tied it up and sending that game to overtime.
Georgia teams are the only ones allowed to have those collapses.
Division I, Georgia teams.
Yes.
Ball away. It's 2-0 now to Connor. Now, you talked about Jack Fleming closing that game out and sending you to Dallas. Talk about the experience of going to Dallas because, I mean, even though it may not have been the best results on the field, I'm sure there are so many memories that came from that trip, that historic trip for the program.
Yeah, well, it all started, obviously with it being in Texas, it was outside of the however many miles that you have to drive a bus, so we got to fly. and there were several guys who had never been on an airplane. So that was quite comedic, watching them kind of freak out. But, yeah, I mean, going out there, it was cool. They had a banquet the night before all the games. It was played at and it was actually in Grand Prairie. It's like a suburb or whatever. So we played on turf, but it was not this nice of turf. It was like the bad turf. But, yeah, it was cool. You know, you get to go out there and you're playing against all these teams that you've kind of been following throughout the years. You see them in the top 10, and you're kind of jockeying for those positions up there. So there's actually Queens from
New York.
New York was there, and we'd actually played them here early in the year, so it was kind of cool to see them again. But, yeah, I mean, just playing in the World Series, I mean, that had kind of been our goal. And, honestly, I think that was kind of our downfall, was that we had focused so much on getting to the World Series, winning a regional, and getting to Dallas, that when we did, we kind of just took like almost a deep breath and relaxed, and wasn't quite able to get the job done. But still one of those things that you can look at for the rest of your life and be like, yep, I played in the World Series.
Frost swings and misses at the payoff pitch. It'll be one down for Will Hardigree. You actually got to start that opening game. Of course, didn't go, like I said, the way you wanted to, 0-2 there in Grand Prairie. But talk about just the opportunity to get to play on that stage.
Well, I mean, it was awesome. It was a big honor to be able to start Game 1 of the World Series. The first 2 in the third inning were perfect. You know? I mean, what was that, 7 up, 7 down?
I think it was more than that.
It might have been 8 batters.
I'll find out.
Yeah, you get the worldwide internet here.
3, 6. Yeah, it was 2 in the third. 2 in the third.
Yeah, hit a little. Yeah, it definitely was, because they hit a little C&I ground ball through the right side. Tailor-made ground ball to Devin Gearhart, flips to Connor Hoover, give it to a lucky fan, and the rest is history. Walk, hit batter, grand slam.
How often do you think of that?
Quite often. But the thing is, too, like, the wind was blowing like dead in, and this park was easily 420 to dead center, and it cleared the batter's eye. I mean, it wasn't even close.
A ball and 2 strikes to Hardigree.
I had to thank Tommy for at least running after it, making it look good. He could have very easily just turned and watched.
It's Stephen Tomlinson, who was the center fielder that day out in Grand Prairie. I can remember sitting behind home plate. I don't know, we were probably 8-9 rows up and just watching that ball carry to the moon.
It did, absolutely.
I could say that to you. You're
yeah,
my brother. Yeah. I could poke at you. 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2. If it were Pick that were sitting next to me, or who else was on that? Dylan Peppers. If they were sitting next to me and they had that happen to them, I wouldn't try and bring that moment up. But I can bring that up with you.
I can take it.
The 2-2 pitch to Hardigree is fouled straight back.
Yeah, but the thing was, we were still only down 4-3 at the time. Mm-hmm. But that dude from Westchester, he wasn't nothing special, but he just got in a groove, and I mean, he shut us down pretty good.
Maddox-esque.
Yeah. But at least Westchester went on to win it.
It's true.
So at least
we
can basically say we were runner-up. That's how that works, right?
I mean, yeah, okay. You were one of 7 runners-up.
Yeah. You will never be able to convince me, though, that we were still not the best team in the nation that year. We just got cold at the wrong time.
So 2-2 to Hardigree here. Of course, this team here ranked in the top 25 for a portion of the season. They've fallen out of the top 25 lately, but still a lot of baseball to be played in a very tough Peach Belt Conference, as that breaking ball caught the inside corner. Strike 3, Donaldson now with 9 strikeouts on the day, and he's done it a lot with that breaking ball.
Yeah, it was pretty filthy there.
So that'll bring up the top of the lineup in Cruz Taylor. Of course, 2019, your last season, came out of the bullpen for a majority of that season. Talk about having to make that transition from starting and then everything that happened you to miss the 2018 season due to injury. But then 2019 having to make that transition both mentally and physically to be able to come out of the bullpen.
Yeah, so my freshman year, I threw out of the bullpen, so it wasn't like something completely new. And then my sophomore year and junior year was mostly starting. But then after, you break your back and lose 10 to 12 miles an hour, you're no longer that same guy. So just kind of had to find a new role. Honestly, I was fine with it. I was happy to be able to play again, considering everything. So just to be able to go out and contribute and kind of close my career out in a way that felt like it kind of wrapped it up, I was just fortunate for that.
And you got to get a ring.
Yeah,
out of
I
it
got
all.
a third one. Yep.
Not many collegiate players anywhere can say that they've got 3 rings for 3 conference championships. And you guys winning the regular season title in 15, 17, and 19 in a very tough Peach Belt Conference, which arguably may have been even tougher with UNC Pembroke and Francis Marion in it as they are now. But it seems like all of the teams that are still in the Peach Belt have just continued to improve.
Yeah, I mean, you look back, and even kind of my last year, especially like my first several years, Young Harris, they weren't super great. They've come along. Southwestern got a new coach. He's really turned it around and turned this program into very competitive. Because I look back at my first 4 years. I don't think I ever lost to Southwestern until my 5th year. So they were a very, very well improved program.
Donaldson with some emotion as he strikes out Taylor to end the 6th. We're going to talk a lot of baseball here in the 7th with Daniel as North Georgia trails 3-1 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. The path of selflessness, of service. The path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks desk with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Back with you here in the 7th inning. North Georgia trailing Georgia Southwestern 3-1 in the first of a doubleheader here in Dahlonega, catching up with 2019 baseball alumnus Daniel McCrary. Mentioned earlier, we're going to check out his broadcasting prowess, and he's been behind the microphone before and knows the game of baseball better than a lot of people. So we'll see what kind of analysis he can give as Mamadas sends one out to straightaway center. Cruz makes the catch.
He's been there 100 years, and he ain't going nowhere. That's where center field plays every time.
One away now for the top of the lineup in Hartsfield. Or no, check that. Sorry, it's actually Ryan Smith. Hartsfield was standing in the batter's box, but it was just to get the bat. Smith 1 for 2 on the day as he watches the first pitch inside, ball 1. Cade's thrown 90 pitches now, 53 of which were strikes. This one chopped out to right in front of Conway for a base hit.
Yeah, it's a good piece of hitting there. Keep your hands inside the ball and drive it the other way.
Now to the top of the lineup in Hartsfield. And Tom Cantrell out to the mound. We'll see if this is a call to the bullpen or not. It looks like it is. And North Georgia will make a Wendy's call to the bullpen. We'll step aside, introduce you to the new Nighthawk pitcher after these messages on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I get by with little help from my friends. So I'm gonna try with little help from my friends.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
North Georgia makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen. Wendy's located at 88 Pine Tree Way in Dahlonega. Going with the redshirt junior, 6'2", out of Atlanta, Pete Weil. 142 ERA in 9 appearances, all but one of which out of the bullpen. Part of a combined shutout, 12 2/3 innings of work. He's given up just 2 earned runs off 8 hits, 11 strikeouts to 3 walks, batters 178 against him. And this is one of the players that was on the team in your senior year.
Yeah, old Pete came in. He was a freshman that year. I think he redshirted, if I'm not mistaken, that year. So obviously didn't get to pitch in games, but threw a lot of inter squads, a lot of practices, just trying to get some live hitters, things like that. So I got to see Pete throw a little bit.
He's going to try and work the Nighthawks out of a little bit of a jam here in the 7th as they try and hold on to this 3-1 deficit. Don't want it to get too much further down.
Yeah, your pitch away, get you a nice little ground ball, and go swing it.
Already one double play turned by the law firm of Frost, and Arnold.
That's pretty clever.
You like that, don't you?
That's nice.
I mean, we've called a lot of games together. I don't know that I've had an idea on a broadcast better than the law firm of Frost, and Arnold. First pitch strike.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the runner in motion here. Try to get him in scoring position.
Smith, the shortstop, he's definitely got some wheels as Wiles' pickoff move a little bit high and outside. Zach Green out in the bullpen for North Georgia. No balls and a strike. The pitch ripped down the right field line. Fair ball. Second time he's gone down the line. That's going to round third and head home is Smith. It gets all the way to the wall. Does he try and stretch to 3? He does. It'll be his second triple of the day for Hartsfield, as Georgia Southwestern extends their lead to 4-1.
Yeah, that was just a well-placed hit. Conway was playing more in the gap. Now, that ball was about 2 feet inside the line, so it was just a run for days and just a well-placed hit there by the batter.
Hartsfield's third triple of the year, second on the day. And that will bring up Josh Newton, the designated hitter. Not the position that North Georgia wanted to find themselves in. Already down a game in the standings to the Hurricanes. As Weil works out of the stretch and deals low and inside, ball 1. See if Pete can limit the damage as the infield playing in here. Ball outside. 2-0, as tough a position to be in for a pitcher as any, knowing you're already down 3 runs with 9 outs to go and wanting to try and hold it there.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Freeman of blocking that ball. It's it's never easy to block a breaking ball in the dirt, but especially one that's thrown about 57 feet. He did a good job of keeping that one contained and keeping the runner on third.
I know Jack Fleming's already checked in with you. How many other people did you tell you were going to be on the broadcast today from your group? Because that may have been fouled off, 2-1.
None, actually. Yeah, I completely forgot about it until last night. You mentioned it.
I wonder if Jack's told anybody else. I know you keep up with a lot of those teammates. A lot of them were in your wedding. Blake Gobert, Jack, also there, Dallas Devers.
Yeah.
Kind of that that group of pitchers that you guys were a very tight-knit group. You mentioned the brotherhood earlier on, and I know that you still keep up with a lot of those teammates that you had over that 5-year span.
Yeah. We don't get to see each other as much as we'd wish. You know, they all live down around Atlanta and all that. And being up here in DeLon, it's hard to get up and down, but it was a good pitch there. We get to see each other. We actually watched the Braves knock off the Dodgers together down at Jack's house about 12:30 in the morning, watching Tyler Matzek punch out 3 in a row.
And we haven't even had a chance to talk Braves baseball. Might have to do that in the bottom half of the inning. The 2-2 pitch coming to Newton. Oh, yeah. Found the outside corner, strike 3. 2 away now for Angelino, who, right when you stepped on the broadcast, he hit one off the new retaining wall.
Yep. Cade left one on a little spinner up in the zone. Wind today is blowing out to left, so all you got to do is just get it up and let it ride it.
And there'll be an intentional walk to Angelino to take it down to Hunter Foster, who's 0 for 3 on the day.
That's a good move there.
Got the base to leave him open. You might as well. So we'll see what Foster can do here. Georgia Southwestern, a very disciplined team on the or at the plate. Only 2 strikeouts so far today, as they just put the ball in play. You mentioned the turnaround that Coach McDonald's done here at Southwestern.
Yeah, it's really good what he's done. You know, he came in, and no disrespect to the Hurricanes, but they were kind of one of those weekends when you looked, you're like, all right, we got 3 there. And he has turned their program completely around. He came in and really just changed the culture. And he's got this program definitely trending in the right direction.
0-1 count to Foster. While out of the stretch, deals, just missed the outside corner.
And Jack Fleming he wanted me to make sure that I do give credit to the kid from Delta State that threw against us. It probably had to be the best game of his entire life. But, yeah, that was a good job, Jack. I forgot about that.
Ball and a strike. The pitch lifted to center. Cruz drifting out toward right center. He will make the catch. And in the inning, it's time to stretch as North Georgia trails 4-1 here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Time now for your game reset presented by Truist Bank. Truist, committed to better. 4 runs off 6 hits for Georgia Southwestern. They've scored 3 starting in the 6th inning with a solo shot from Angelino. North Georgia trying to answer now as they've got to run off 4 hits. Both teams have committed an error as Georgia Southwestern goes to the bullpen for Brant Sundin. 8 appearances out of the bullpen, a 1.98 ERA, 10 strikeouts to 2 walks for the redshirt sophomore out of Lakeland, Florida. 6'3", 253. It's a menacing figure out on the mound.
Yeah, that's a big guy. Coming from the left side, too. That's always an added benefit.
Tim Conway will lead things off for the Nighthawks. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier about Jake Arnold and Levy and being able to see the potential there. Tim was a kid that as soon as he stepped on campus, you could tell.
Grounded to third. Pretty easy throw for Skelton, but a great play in the hot corner, 1 down.
Yeah, but you could tell Tim, he redshirted his freshman year, I believe. But you could tell that he was going to have the potential to have a pretty good career, and he's blossomed pretty well.
That brings up Levenstein's 1 away after Skelton makes a great play there at third on the backhand. Sundin out of the windup, the lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, off speed in for a strike. Levy over 20 home runs last year. And everybody's taking notice of him. Big swing and a miss, 0-2. I think rightfully so, taking notice.
Yes.
The ball doesn't fly here like it does in Colorado, but there's a reason that net's put up in right field now. As he swings and misses there, drop third strike. Throw from the catcher Wozniak to Angelino is in time. 2 away now for Caleb Freeman.
Yeah, that was a really good sequence there from the pitcher. Started him out with a breaking ball, snuck a fastball by him, and went back to the breaker.
Sundin doing a great job. He has thrown 5 pitches so far, 4 of which were strikes. He's thrown 4 straight strikes after a ball to start things off from Conway. So here's Freeman, switch hitter, now moves to the right-handed batter's box. And lines one back up the middle, down for a base hit.
Ambush a fastball there.
He hits it well out of the right-handed batter's box, does Freeman, but doesn't get to hit there very often. A lot of more varieties thrown at North Georgia this year so far as Jake Arnold will step in. Congratulations to you, by the way, North Carolina. Winners 93-86 in overtime.
Yeah, shouldn't have even got that far.
I know that blows up your bracket.
That's fine. That's why I have my Carolina bracket, winning it all.
0-1 to Arnold, who is 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. 11 times North Georgia has fanned. In the air to right field. Foster has a beat, makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the 8th. North Georgia trailing 4-1 here in Dahlonega on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Pete Weil back on the mound for the Nighthawks here in the 8th as North Georgia trails 4-1 alongside Daniel McCreary, Walker McCreary. Here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, North Georgia with a pair of arms in the bullpen. Zach Green, one of them. Can't tell who the righty is. It's a long way away. But Reed Ragsdale will lead things off for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch from Weil, breaking ball in for a strike. The 0-1. Misses low, ball and a strike. It's a tough thing to do and try and go after these Georgia Southwestern batters who have seen the ball very well today. Trying to make them miss, as Ragsdale did there, but he does have an RBI ground out earlier today as well, as Hartsfield. Or rather, does Ragsdale. The 1-2, swung on, missed. Weil with the high heat. One away now for Wozniak, who's 0 for 2 with a walk.
I will give Cade some credit, too. He's got a nice jersey combo picked out today.
That was the go-to for you as well?
Yes, it was.
Was it the pinstripes, or did you go solid white?
Oh, pinstripes, if at all possible.
Ball one outside. Heil finishes the day, 6 1/3 innings of work, 4 runs off 6 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Donaldson, 6 innings of work, an unearned run off 4 hits. He struck out 10. Big swing and a miss there by Wozniak, 1-1. This Georgia Southwestern team currently near the top of the league. Speaks to what you said earlier, the change in the culture down in Americus by Coach McDonald.
Yeah, just another quick story. We went down to Americus. Obviously, they played Georgia Southwestern. The hotel that we stayed in, just across the road, there was this little hole-in-the-wall, all-you-could-eat pizza joint that was absolute gas. It was fantastic.
Young Harris 6-0 in the league coming into the weekend. Columbus State and Flagler at 5-1, Southwestern 4-2, and then the trio of Aiken, North Georgia, and Georgia College at 3-3. Still a lot of baseball to be played, but see Young Harris up top, one of those teams you said has improved a lot. Georgia Southwestern currently in that 4 spot.
Does Aiken come here, or we go there this year?
I believe that it's at Aiken. Yeah, it is at Aiken, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Of course, led by your former pitching coach, Michael Holder.
Yep, the one and only.
3-2 count now from Weil to Wozniak.
I was glad to see he finally got that head coaching job. Well earned, well deserved.
Aiken this weekend is at Georgia College. Doubleheader today against the Bobcats. Payoff pitch. Weil misses low. Don't think you're surprised to see Columbus State as high as they are. Or Flagler, really. They play really well down in St. Augustine, where they play the majority of their season. But how about, like you said, this Georgia Southwestern team, while they haven't won any games on the road coming into the day, still have found a way to start this Peach Belt season 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of, your seasons get broke up into really kind of 3 different things. You got the the pre-conference season, and you've got your conference season, then you've got your postseason. So really, you just want to be clicking on all cylinders by the time you get to conference, and clearly they have been.
Floated out to right, and Conway makes the catch 2 away. Southwestern started off the Peach Belt season with a 13-3 run rule of USC Aiken. Yes, run rule is a thing now in the Peach Belt.
That would have been so nice to have back in the day. I mean, we beat teams like 20-0 and have to play all 9. That's not fun for anybody.
Claflin, they swept the Panthers last weekend before hitting the road for the first time in nearly a month. They went to Lenore-Rhine and got swept. Was the last time that they were on the road. They also went and played at Tampa this year, did the Hurricanes. So Coach McDonald
go down there and get swept, though.
Well, but what I was going to say is Coach McDonald, sensing that the culture has changed and now it's time to, really start playing some opponents and see how good you really are.
Yeah, you got to play the best to kind of see where you're at. And Tampa is one of those perennial powerhouses that year in and year out seems to make their way to carry or at least be a serious contender to do so.
Ball and a strike now to Mamatis, who stands in. Pitch out. Arnold throws back behind, and a great pickoff there from Freeman to Arnold to get Skelton out at first. We head to the bottom of the 8th. North Georgia still trailing 4-1 here in Dahlonega on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Back here in Dahlonega, 4-1 Georgia Southwestern leads as Sunbeam back on the bump for Georgia Southwestern. Nighthawks with Frost, Arisborough, and Frost due up in the inning, kind of the top spot or the best part of the lineup so far today for North Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want. That's one thing that my entire time here and even since I've left, it's kind of been a trademark for this North Georgia team is, you're in a close game late. It always seems like, they can get some runners on and get at least the tying run to the plate and always have a chance. So that's a sign of a well-coached team that never stops competing.
Riley will lead things off 1 for 3 on the day. He brought home the game's only run for North Georgia. That came back in the 3rd inning. So let's see what the freshman from Roswell can do. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Again, Daniel gracious with his time, sitting in with us for these few innings. If you want to join in on a broadcast and let us catch up with you, just sync up with the coaching staff at North Georgia and we'll get on the schedule for one of the remaining home games this year, or maybe even further than that. We'll just have to play that by ear. Ball and 2 strikes. I know Andre said the next time he's here, he is coming, whether he's on the schedule or not.
He makes his own schedule. And the schedule works around him.
The 1-2 pitch, chopped towards short.
Oh, boot it.
Smith almost booted it, then had a throw in the dirt Somehow Angelino hangs on to it for the out. Angelino just seems to vacuum anything up around that first base bag. Brings up Jorge Arisbaro. Arisbaro 2 for 3 on the day. Only Nighthawk with multiple hits so far. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Now, you've got baseball games coming up at Lumpkin County High School where you're the pitching coach for the varsity team. Got a big 3-game series this week in region play.
Yeah, we got Cherokee Bluff this week. It's going to be a tough competition. They got 3 really good arms that they're going to throw at us. So, it's kind of like the same thing. You got to play the best to kind of see where you measure up to them. So I'm excited about the challenge and moving forward.
Good play there by Sunbeam. He
flipped it underhand.
Went underhanded to Angelino.
Pocket passer.
2 away. You were a guy who liked to throw out of the pocket in football.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we always had this joke real quick before this last out. Pitchers who run over there and flip it underhand, we always call them pocket passers. If you catch the ball, stand up and throw it like a man, you'd be a dual threat.
So here's Connor Frost. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
That scale was invented / created by the one and only Blake Gobert, co-CEO of the Rob Club.
The 1-0. It's in for a strike, 1-1.
I doubt Blake's listening, but
Blake is one that's been on.
I know you got a good laugh out of that one.
Blake's been one that's been on the air with us when he was after one of his surgeries. He came up and sat in for a couple innings back in the day.
5 surgeries.
2 and
that
1.
Guy in bubble wrap.
Blake's very good behind the microphone. Would not be opposed to having him join in if he is listening by some miracle that he's found time in his busy schedule.
Yeah, he's in full dad mode as well.
That's why I said busy schedule. The 3-1. And Connor draws a walk.
Yeah, 2 out walks.
Brings up Will Hardigree.
Now you find a way to get this guy on, turn the lineup over. Like your chances.
And this is the first of a doubleheader. We'll have game 2 about 30 minutes after this one comes to a close here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. First pitch to Hardigree, right down the middle, strike 1. Sunbeam likely going to be the only arm out of the bullpen for Southwestern here in this one. They've got nobody remotely close to the bullpen out there. They're going to try and ride Sunbeam to the end of this game.
Well, I'd have to imagine he's probably their best lefty coming out of the pen.
There's not many lefties on the roster.
Got Cruz and Levy coming up, so if you're able to at all, try to get him at least through Levy.
Outside pitch to Hardigree, 2-1. Mentioned you've got Cherokee Bluff this week over at the high school, which is going to be a great series. And, of course, great time for baseball here in North Georgia. That's a ground ball to Smith, who flips to Mamatis to end the inning. Daniel, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was a great time.
We'll head to the ninth. 4-1, North Georgia trailing Georgia Southwestern on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad cause you're on your own? I can't find a little help from my friends, so I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
North Georgia makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen. Wendy's located at 88 Pine Tree Way in Dahlonega. It'll be Tyler Courtney coming in to pitch for the Nighthawks, the senior from Peachtree City and the transfer from Wisconsin Whitewater. So good to see Tyler back on the mound for North Georgia. He's had some injury issues over his career. A great thing to see him on the mound for the Nighthawks here in the ninth inning to try and hold the Hurricanes right where they are. It'll be Mamatis, Smith, and Hartsfield due up for GSW here in the ninth. Three-game series getting kicked off here in Dahlonega. First pitch from Turley is high and inside, 1-0. Missed that one high and inside as well, 2-0. High and inside, 3-0 now. 4-1 Georgia Southwestern. Series finale tomorrow. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Mamatis. It'll bring up Smith. Smith 2 for 3 on the day. Georgia Southwestern with 7 hits, 6 of which coming from Hartsfield, Angelino, and Smith. The 9-1-3 hitters for the Hurricanes. Ball one high and tight. Nighthawks trying to get to the bottom of the ninth. There's a strike from Tyler, where you'll have Taylor, Conway, and Levensteins due up. With Freeman and Arnold right behind them. The 1-1. To right field, down in front of Conway for a base hit. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Still nobody out now for Josh Newton. Or rather for Hartsfield, excuse me. Hartsfield 2 for 4 on the day. Both of his hits triples. Double barrel action in the Nighthawk bullpen. Squaring to bunt. And then watching a first pitch strike was Hartsfield, 0-1. Fantastic crowd on hand. As Hartsfield again squares to bunt, lays it down but foul. 0-2. Imagine that bat will go back on the shoulder. But we'll see. Ball out. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is low and away. Courtney got ahead in the count 2-2 or 0-2, and now it's all the way back to 2-2. Working from the stretch is the Wisconsin Whitewater transfer out of Stars Mill High School. Shot towards center. Taylor coming on. It'll land in front of him for a base hit. Had to freeze. Did Mamadis, so he's only able to make it to third. The bases are loaded with nobody out now for Josh Newton. A 3-for-5 day for Hartsfield. And now Caleb Freeman will go out to talk to Courtney. And now Tom Cantrell will make his way out of the dugout. See if he goes to the bullpen or not. Could be a ploy to allow for North Georgia to keep someone warm. And North Georgia will make a Wendy's call to the bullpen. We'll introduce you to the new Nighthawk pitcher after these messages on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Jacob Lassier, the new Nighthawk pitcher, as North Georgia makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen. Wendy's located at 88 Pine Tree Way in Dahlonega. Lassier on the season. One and 1 in 9 appearances out of the bullpen, a 5.68 ERA, 8 earned runs off of 13 hits, 12 and 2/3 innings of work. Batters are .260 against him. 7 strikeouts as compared to 5 walks for the sophomore from Alpharetta. Again, second game of the doubleheader, about 30-ish minutes after this one comes to a close. Bases are loaded, nobody out for the designated hitter Josh Newton. Infield in for North Georgia. First pitch, line back up the middle, down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Rounding third and throwing on the brakes is Smith. It'll be 5-1, Georgia Southwestern in front. So here's Angelino. First pitch to Angelino, fouled away. The 0-1. Missed inside. Ball and a strike. That's going to get to the backstop. Wild pitch will score a run. Make it 6-1. So a 6-1 score. As that one's fouled back into the netting. 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score off of the single from Angelino. And Georgia Southwestern pouring it on here in the 9th. Brings up Hunter Foster. This one grounded to the left side. Frost backhands, throws over to his brother Connor to get the fielder's choice and get the first out of the inning. So 1 away now as Coach Cantrell out to the pitcher's mound, and North Georgia going to make another call to the bullpen. We'll step aside. New Nighthawk pitcher on the other side of the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
North Georgia makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen. Wendy's located at 88 Pine Tree Way in Dahlonega. The redshirt sophomore lefty Holden Tucker comes out of the bullpen, 5'11", 175 from Ringgold. And a transfer from Charleston Southern. It's his second appearance of the year. He's got an inning under his belt, a strikeout as he faced a pair of batters. So we'll see if he can hold Georgia Southwestern here. As it'll be Reed Ragsdale to step in, the lefty. First pitch is inside, throw down and a stolen base. Easily taken there for the Hurricanes. That was Foster advancing up to second. Big swing and a miss there from Ragsdale. 1-1. Eight runs off 10 hits. Actually, 11 hits. That's in the dirt. Run off 5 hits for the Nighthawks. Another pickoff attempt, or at least a fake at it. Checked swing. Caught there at second by Riley Frost, who steps on the bag and turns the double play. We head to the bottom of the ninth, 8-1 Georgia Southwestern on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark them with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Top of the ninth, or bottom of the ninth here in Dahlonega. 8-1. Top of the lineup due up for the Nighthawks, needing 7 to tie, 8 to win. Sundin going to try and finish this one out. Would be a save if he were to finish it. and it would be his second of the year. First pitch to Taylor's in for a strike, 0-1. Sundin winds and delivers. Grounded to second. Easy play over there for Mamatis, who makes the play one away. First pitch is in for a strike to Conway, 0-1. Two and one now the count on Conway. In for a strike. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch is outside. Payoff pitch. Strike three, got the lower part of the plate. 2 away. Brings up Nick Levenstein. First pitch to Levy. A ball low. Two-zero pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. The 3-1. High and tight. Levenstein draws a walk. 2-out base runner, Caleb Freeman. First pitch to Freeman's in for a strike. The 0-1. Bounces up into the glove of the catcher, Wozniak. 1-1. Arnold hoping to get an opportunity to keep the game alive if Freeman can reach base. Time called. Runner moving. Levenstein's in easily. Get credit for the stolen base as he was off with the pitch. The 2-1. Outside 3-1. In for a strike. Payoff pitch coming. Payoff pitch to the catcher, Freeman. Chopped left side. It'll be an infield single. As Sundin scooped it up with the glove, it allowed for Levensteins to move up to third and does give an opportunity to Jake Arnold. Two away for Arnold. Looking for his first hit of the day. Grounds it to third. Backhand by Skelton. Long throw over, and Georgia Southwestern gets the win. 8-1, the final score. We'll be back with Game 2 in about 30 minutes here on the Nighthawk Network.
Joyride beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama like? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.